saying that's a bit of a stretch to say that there's absolutely, no relevancy. All right, I think I have to read this. And I got something blocking it. You guys can look at my pants while I stand. First, the witness stand was the agent who took the sandwich in the chest. That's the funniest way to say that. Took the sandwich in the chest. It's as if like it was actually like a bullet to the chest. It's not the guy who had a sandwich tossed at him. It sounds a little bit more threatening when you go, the guy who took the sandwich to the chest. Firstly, the witness stand was the agent who took the sandwich in the chest, Gregory Lamore, a 23-year-old veteran of Customs and Border Protection. Lamore testified that he could feel the impact of the sandwich through his ballistic vest. Man, isn't that amazing being a 23-year-old veteran with a bulletproof vest on and then going, I could feel what does that mean, the impact of it? So you felt that it hit you? Or are you trying to say that you're such a bitch that the sandwich actually hurt you? You were injured by the sandwich that hit your bulletproof vest. You gotta love lawyers. Oh, I could even feel the impact. You mean you actually recognize that something tapped your chest? You can recognize an impact if I literally tap you with a pen. I recognize the impact. All right, anyways, through the ballistic vest, the sandwich exploded all over. Once again, they use the word exploded, like as if something horrible had happened and not just that it was a crushed tomato. He said, and it smelled of onions and mustard. The horror of having to smell onions and mustard. I love this cop. He's like, Subway sandwiches are so reprehensible, disgusting. I mean, if this guy had thrown a quality sandwich at me, I don't even know if I would press charges. But something as garbage filled as Subway, the indignity of that on my work day while trying to deport people, I had to smell onions and mustard. What is this guy putting on his sandwiches? All right, and here, now we can actually roll the tape. Roll the tape, producer man.
Shorts, allegedly yelling at federal officers on 14th Street in D.C.
Y'all laughing, but that's the truth now.
Moments later, video appearing to show him crossing the street, screaming.
So firstly, listen, you should be allowed to yell shame. And the officers don't have to come back over and escalate it. You could just keep going about your day and realize, all right, I am an officer and not everyone agrees with what I'm doing. And this guy's a drunk idiot. I can't imagine I would ever get along with the guy in the pink shirt. And if I was standing on that street, he was yelling shit, I'd be like, ugh, come on, guy. But, you should be allowed to yell shame at a cop. And I don't think the cop needs to come over and do that thug thing of like, I'm an officer. You're going to respect what we're doing. What I'm going to do is you're going to like what I'm doing. I am here to lord above you, and you are going to respect the authority of what I'm doing. All right. And so they do kind of escalate it, unless this is out of order and the guy was in his face first, then he was yelling shame afterwards. But it seems like the cops were on the other side of the street. They're yelling shame at him, and then the cops come over. He's holding the sandwich, and here's where things get heated, and he gets mustard and onions on the guy.
Screaming just inches from a U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer's face.
Let's go get him, bro.
And then appearing to hit the officer in the chest with a foot-long...
That's got to be the worst thing to go to jail for, and the officer in court being a bitch going, I could feel the impact and smell the mustard of the onions. I mean, look at that. The thing basically stayed in the bag anyways.
Let's go get him, bro.
And then appearing to hit the officer in the chest with a foot-long Subway sandwich.
I could feel the impact on my bulletproof vest, and I could smell onions. Put this guy in jail for life. Mike Tucker, mostly peaceful lunch. The sandwich is a marginalized victim of society. It's the voice